such an unprecedented time in our country, but also in the sport that you've been around for so long now. What's it been like not having games, not having practices? And I guess I just talked to Jalen, you haven't even been on the court yet together as a team this year.
Yeah, it's been bizarre. I think, perspective helps every day. The ability to realize that if this is the worst that comes of it for us, given everything else that's happened, it's not so bad. All of our players are going to get this year of eligibility back, whether, obviously whether that's here or at Brown or elsewhere is based on their decisions. It's hard to get it here, but I think for them, it's been, they all have really good perspective. They also see their peers playing, and our players, I've said this before, their identity is Ivy League students. Absolutely. It's also Division I basketball players. And right now we're the only Division I basketball league that's not participating. So I think it's been difficult for them. I am trying to just reinforce, let's make the best of it and let's keep it all in perspective and have a positive attitude. But yeah, it's been strange.
You feel like the guys have been receptive to that message?
Yeah, they're you know what, they're all really mature, and I learn a lot from them in a lot of ways. And I think they understand, they get the big picture. They're all at Brown, for many reasons, right? And we just talked about a couple of them playing basketball, Division I level, but also getting a world-class education. So they have been able to, I think they've handled it really, really well. There's been a lot of frustrations and some tough times, but I think they've handled it well.
What do you think keeps them motivated? What keeps you and your staff motivated you're still only halfway through January? Normally the season's another 2 months, out from here.
Yeah, well, for our players, first and foremost, I just think it's continuing to make the most of their opportunity at Brown, right? As students, as people, as basketball players. The basketball part has been more challenging during a pandemic, but I think they all are continuing to do what they can on their own to work towards a day soon where we can, get back on the court as a team. I think they all believe very much in the direction of our program and the momentum we've built and where we're heading. For my staff and me, it's simple. I mean, we have to support and take care of our players. That's our number one job as college basketball coaches, to guide them, to mentor them, to support them. And this is unprecedented what they're going through. No basketball season. So our guidance and support has probably changed in some ways, but that's far and away the biggest priority for us when it comes to our job. And what motivates us is let's take care of these young men.
You mentioned things you learned from your team and learned from your staff. What have you learned about yourself during this time when there's a lot more time, free time, and time for self-reflection, time for self-assessment?
Yeah, I learned that being in the gym is just the simple, as simple as it sounds, just being in the gym every day and hearing the ball bounce and hearing the sneakers squeak is something that I'll never take for granted again. I've learned that how fortunate I am, the thrill of competition, the camaraderie that you're able to build by being in the locker room, being in the gym, being on the bus with your students and with your staff every day. Not everyone gets to do that, and I'm hopefully can do that for a long time. And then I've learned how quickly and how fragile opportunities can go, right? How quickly time can pass. I think about Tom and Cho, Matt DeWolf, Jake Shaper, our senior class. It seems like yesterday they were freshmen, and now all of a sudden, we're not going to be able to coach them again. So it's been we've learned a lot, reflected a lot, and hopefully we take it all to make us better.
So the guys haven't been on the floor yet. They were on the football field, is what Jalen was explaining to me, doing a lot of conditioning in the fall. What did the day-to-day look like last semester, and how will it alter now second semester, hopefully, as you get on the court?
Yeah, so I think we all have learned as university, what can we do? What, from, going forward, what do we learn from the fall? This is the first time anyone has been through anything like this. We were trying to maximize and, be as efficient as we could with the time we had with them and as safely as we could do conditioning and do strength work with our trainer, Mike Pimentel. So I think that will hopefully not increase risk, but be able to do some more socially distanced work in the gym and indoors, given that it's January in New England and, we're not gonna be able to train on the football field like we did in the fall. We're busy as a staff preparing, what can that look like? What can drills look like? Development is such a huge part of our program, Maury. And, we're looking at these next 8 months, basically before we play another game. How can we take what we have to continue to develop these guys so they can be the best players they can be? And I'm just talking specifically on the court right now, but guys like Jalen have made unbelievable strides, since their freshman year. How can we take the time we have with what we're allowed to do to continue that development?
Without those game reps, that leads into my next question. How do you measure growth during this time?
Yeah, great call. Is probably not as clear, not as evident. Competition, the scoreboard is such a it doesn't lie, right? And at the end of the day, you're judged based on what the results are. But I think that's our job as coaches, is to watch the film, to see what we see live, to evaluate the person that all these guys are becoming, to evaluate the player they're becoming, to evaluate the student that they continue to be, and just talk with them, get their feedback, see we can see hard skills. Are they developing their hard skills? The soft skills, decision making, IQ, those might be more challenging, given that we probably won't be able to compete against other bodies for a little while. Yeah, it's our job, I think, to figure it out and to continue to work to help these guys become their best.
And I know you alluded to it a couple of minutes ago, but if you can, what's the lesser of two evils? Not playing, not having a season, or sitting on your couch on a random Tuesday or Wednesday night, flipping on the TV and seeing others get the chance to play?
So the lesser of two evils is definitely watching others play. I mean, I'm rooting for everyone else. I mean, the hardest thing is us not playing. And just not being connected, not being in the gym every day, like I talked about, not being in the locker room, not being in the office every day with my staff. That's the hardest thing, not being connected with the people that you care so much about on a daily basis. Yeah, as far as everyone else playing, I'm rooting for, the three local programs and, following them, and obviously friends in the profession, watching their teams and following them and rooting for them. So that's not hard.